What is up, you guys? It's the Enlightenment Tea Girls back at it again. This is Sabrina.
This is Jade.
This Hey Dizzle Tea Swizzle.
It's been a busy week, guys. School is back in session for those of you who go to school. There's been fires everywhere. How are we all feeling?
I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of like I've been very positive throughout this whole, situation that we're all going through 2020. Just like I just feel like really bad for people going through what they're going through right now with the fires. And I live in LA, right? I live in LA. And today we're just now getting the smoke. And so now I'm seeing what you guys have been seeing the past couple weeks. And I'm like, oh, it's just smoky up there. And I'm looking, it's literally like, it's supposed to be like still bright outside. It's literally orange. It's like there's a filter on.
Literally. And it's like snowy ash out here.
It is so crazy.
In Sacramento. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a sad time. But like Jade said, just trying to stay positive, donate where you can, get involved however you can. That's all super important. But anything new in your guys' lives? Like what else has been going?
For me, I've just been, so I started a new job like 3 weeks ago or whatever. It's definitely been like a shift in like the healthcare industry because there's just so much going on. It's always like go, 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 which is kind of cool because like my days go by hella quick. And like my school restarted back up, so I'm like really getting back in like the grind, honestly, because like I'm working full time now, I'm school full time, just like really getting that gat, if you know what I'm saying.
You better get that gat.
What's up with you, Sabrina?
Yeah, how about yourself, man?
Just back in school. Online education is not for your girl over here, but we're getting through it.
What classes are you taking?
They're all major courses besides my writing intensive, which is really fun to take online as well.
I thought you were being serious.
No, that's sarcasm, sweetie.
I thought you were being serious too. I was like, that's awesome. Like, at least I have one.
No, absolutely not. It's horrible. I've been staying positive, though, honestly. It's harder than I thought it was going to be, but I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it a little bit. And I think it'll definitely teach me some valuable time management skills. But,
100%. Yeah.
Totally. Well, let's just jump right into it, guys. Okay, so this week we're
talking about meditation, all things meditation, kind of like an introduction because meditation is, again, so broad, but we're just going to really talk about like what it means to us and things like that. Saved your ass, Sabrina.
Thank you. I blanked. We're talking about meditation. That's the tea today. Okay, everybody.
We're about to spill that. Sabrina did not want to spill the tea, but she did.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so weak right now. But Sabrina I wasn't even laughing at the fact she blinked. She was like,
Some of you guys don't know, but we see each other on Zoom. So like we see each other's facial expressions.
My bad. All right, let's jump into it. So for those of you who don't know exactly what meditation is, meditation is a practice of concentrated focus upon sound, object, visualization, the breath, movement, or attention itself. And that is done in order to increase awareness of the present moment, reduce stress, promote relaxation, and enhance personal and spiritual growth.
I feel like I kind of want to start, like, because I don't even really know the answer. Like, how did you guys get into meditation to even begin with?
For me, personally, crystal healing, I've brought this up so many times, I feel like, but it was the first thing I got into. And then I would kind of just watch like YouTube videos, like people that are like into that whole world back when I started. And a lot of the crystal healing they were doing was through meditation, so you would hold the crystals, use the crystals on your chakras, stuff like that. And through that was how I got introduced to meditation. And I'm a hoe for a good guided meditation. My mind is like pew, 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 like if I'm trying to meditate without guidance. So I love the ones that like talk you through meditation and that whole process. And so I usually look them up on like YouTube and stuff, but that's how I got started.
Love that.
I have to think about how I got started. I think I just got into crystal healing as well, and then because it's same thing, kind of got into crystal healing, and I wanted to know more about crystals, and then spirituality and meditation and all that is just kind of the same category. So when you look up that, you kind of like when you go on YouTube to watch a specific video, and then 2 hours later you are on something totally completely different than what you were even looking at.
Yes, that's literally how I got into it. Like you just bounce around videos and then you see related videos and you're like, oh, what's that? What's this? And it's like all super educational,
Yeah. And then I found my own like kind of spiritual leaders on YouTube that kind of really implemented how important meditation was to them, and me exemplifying where they are, like kind of leading everyone listening. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it is kind of important. Plus, I had crystal shops like walking distance from my dorm when I was first getting into it. So I would go to the crystal shops and they would be holding meditations. And meditation for me kind of like proved that there's so much more than this physical life, even more like.
Yeah, I definitely didn't understand the significance of meditation when I first started. Like I knew what it was, but once you start doing it, it's like I feel like it skyrockets, like kind of like what you said, Jade, like your spirituality, and it makes you grow so much. But what about you, Hayden? How did you get into it? I don't know how you got into it either.
Honestly, I was actually thinking that, like, as you guys were talking, I was like, how did I? Because you guys got into crystals, like, for, like, that was, like, your guys, but I feel like I didn't, like, really get into crystals like that, like, first thing. I don't
I think I know.
Did I think you
I think I introduced you because I was already like telling you about my journey anyways. But
yeah.
I think you did it in your own way when you used to live with your mom and going outside and you were grounding yourself with the moonlight and stuff like that. And you literally were meditating.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, actually, thanks, Jade, for like jogging my memory. Lately, my brain is mush.
Which is weird because I'm the one that doesn't have the memory. So I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised.
Yeah, so I think I just started I was at a point in my life where I had so much going on, in a way, like needing to find who I was. So many of us get into that point. And what I used to do, Jade, you're right. Oh my God, thank you for triggering my memory. I used to go outside almost every single night. And this actually goes into manifesting things too, because I used to literally sit outside underneath the moon, and I used to speak to the moon and like breathe underneath, and like I really used my breath and like staring at the moon, concentrating on the moon as like stress relief reduction of just like, when you're in front of a computer all day, you're in a class, you're studying, like, sorry, what the fuck?
God damn.
Cut that. No Rona. No, but I'm just, yeah. So that's how I started. I started like using it as like stress reduction. And then hearing Jade's like little journey of like, she's like, oh, well, I tried this or these things. And it made me be like, okay, let me look into things like that. And so obviously do my own research, our own journeys and all of that.
Which I thought was really cool back when I was kind of learning what Hayden's process was. She like didn't, now that I'm looking at it now, she didn't know what she was doing, but she just know it felt good. And then she noticed when she felt good, then things were like she was able to deal with everyday life more
100%.
More aware, I would say.
Definitely more aware. And then I've also noticed, like, I kind of want to get into this as to like what does it mean to you guys now? Or like, how does it help you guys now? Or like, what do you guys do? I have so many questions actually. I don't know. Like because meditation for me helps me literally like calm the mind, and it helps so many other people just like calm your mind, let go. There's literally been studies proven. I know we've all seen things like this. Studies proven that like the people who meditate, they live hell longer because there's stress reduction.
It's crazy. Before we get like how you the question, you have so many questions. All the questions, we're gonna answer all of them, sweetheart. But I just love, like, I want to add that we like everybody has their own process and own like way of meditating, and like journey basically of meditating. But what I love so much is I always do it alone. Most we all do it alone, but when you guys and I started like kind of getting closer again, because like I don't know, for everybody listening, like we've always been close, but in high school we all kind of drifted, and then we came back together. And when we came back together, it was really like, I feel like our spirituality and beliefs that like brought us back together. And I remember meditating with you guys, and that was the first time I had ever meditated with other people. And like being a part of both of your processes was crazy to me. And it was super powerful because, we're all different people. Everybody's different in how they like to do things. But I feel like, I don't know, I just thought it was really cool, like watching both of your guys' journeys and then mine like all come together. So yeah.
100%. It's like all of our energy, you're literally zoning in your energy. You're I have goosebumps. I literally, not even kidding you, have goosebumps like thinking about it, because like we literally all get together, bring our crystals together, bring whatever you need, if it's essential oils, if it's Sabrina's crystals, if it's whatever it is. We're vibrating high. When you vibrate higher, when you meditate, when you calm your mind, when you take all those negative things and you push them aside and say you're disregarded completely, we literally become a powerful unit.
Okay, sorry. That was a little side note. I just thought it was so cool because that was my first time meditating with anyone. It was with two of my best friends, so I thought that was like crazy.
Serious. And we're gonna need to do that again, because I feel like it's definitely been a minute. Like since all three of us have, since like I lived alone last.
Yeah, because I mean,
way too long.
it was so powerful to do it with you guys that one time we did it, especially because we could feel like we could be more vulnerable.
Yes.
I've done a lot of group meditations. I have like a favorite meditation shop right down the street, which sadly got shut down because it went bankrupt because of what's going on. I know. But it tests you to go all the way in when you're in a room full of like 12 other people and somebody guiding, because somebody's actually guiding you and in front of you. And so they're kind of like watching. But it's not that weird. It's really relaxing. It's an amazing thing. But it's so much more powerful with people who are really aligned with you, and you could just look at your life and see who's really aligned with you because they're present in your life,
Yeah, especially when you're all like on the, higher part of the vibrational scale, or you're working, even people that are working towards being on the higher part, like if that intention is there, being in a group setting like that is super powerful.
Absolutely. We got to do it when I come in town. Which I come in town on Sabrina's birthday. So.
100%. Oh. Jay took me to her group meditation that she was talking about in LA, the one that went bankrupt, RIP. We had a great experience there. Great experience. Anyways, Jay came out like recently, and I was like, let me find one out here. Went to one. And it was really weird. It was like okay, but it was like really weird. Like we were like singing, and I think we like went to like we're very open minded. Like to this day, I'm grateful for that experience. But like we were like singing for like a long time. Like it was more of like a mantra based thing. We like, I don't know. It was just like random thought.
It was just random.
Do your research.
That's all. Yeah. Do your research, because we went and we basically had to memorize full ass songs.
Yes. And we didn't know the language.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, definitely do your research, but also if you are listening to this and you're just beginning out, this could be my opinion, but for me, I think you should definitely start practicing meditation by yourself. Like it's powerful in a group setting if you're already kind of at that point where you're very comfortable with meditation. But meditating is like completely blocking out the outer world and focusing on your inner self and literally nothing else. Um, and so, like for me, um, how people say like self-care, like, you know, women these days preach like self-care, take care of yourself. Like absolutely, but in my opinion, I think meditation is the best form of self-care, like hands down, because it is the only time I feel like you are completely focused on yourself and nothing but yourself and like your body and awareness and emotions. And I think that is super powerful and very important for us to do.
I have a big tip for people who are interested in meditating, considering, or tried it once or twice and you're like, or you want to try it again and you're like, but, because we all have those excuses. I know when I when I wasn't a meditator, I like really kind of made fun of people who meditated. I'm not even gonna lie. Not like made fun of them, but like I didn't live it, so there's no way I can understand it. This is my huge piece of advice, which can go for anything that you're wanting to get better at. First of all, think of meditation as almost like a workout for your brain, an exercise for your brain, because your brain is a muscle. Just like when you're working out, you have to give a lot of focus to your muscles in order to see definition, to see something come out of your work. And this is the same thing that goes in with meditating. You're focusing on your brain, which is your thoughts, and how your body operates, paying attention to your breathing, and don't get too caught up on being there already. You have to give yourself a second, because some people will get it right away, but you have to find your own way of feeling like you're in that meditative state, and it takes patience. Another thing I want to add is that what I struggled with was being distracted the whole meditation because I'm trying to find that feeling that everybody's talking about. What am I supposed to think? How am I supposed to clear my mind? Blah 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 blah. All I do is pay attention to when I act like I'm in the theater. I close my eyes, I'm in a theater, like a dark theater. And when I see a thought pop up on the big screen, I'm just watching it. I'm not attached to it. I'm not thinking it. I'm just watching it, and I watch it go away. And then I don't have an expectation. That's where you really mess up, is like your expectation of what it's supposed to look like, because then you're going to try finding it the entire time, and then you're not going to get there because you're not having a clear mind, and that's all what it's about.
That is such good advice, Jade. Wow. I mean, shoot, girl, go off.
Thank you.
I mean, when I first started meditating, like it wasn't hard for me to focus if I had a guided meditation, but I do get in that state of mind sometimes. Like, you know, even for how often I meditate, I still find myself, if I'm like more stressed than usual, like it's harder for me to pay attention to meditation. So shoot, I'm going to take that advice. I love that.
Same. Like recently I'm not gonna lie, like I've been struggling as like a lot when it comes to like focusing. Like I find myself like, not even kidding you, I'm gonna be so realistic right now, you guys. Like honestly, the past like 4 meditations that I've done, literally stop them halfway because I'm just like I'm like, okay, I'm like feeling it for like maybe a minute or 2 minutes, and then I'm just like thoughts come in my mind, and then I've been like, it's kind of sad. I've been like kind of quitting on myself. I feel like just being like, you know what? No, like I'm about to go, whatever, do. And I don't know why. But I think it has to do with like what you were saying.
I found that today, actually, because, okay, I'm not going to lie, meditation has actually, since I started, it's been a part of my everyday routine. But then, you know, we're human, we have lives. Sometimes we're not in the mood. And then the next day and the next day after that, we're not in the mood. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I haven't meditated in 2 weeks. No wonder why I'm being such a biatch.
Right. Right. Or like, no wonder why I feel overwhelmed. No wonder why I'm feeling stressed.
Right.
But what I have been doing, what is easier, and this is actually this is one of the things when I really started, like, you're talking about like getting used to meditation and getting that feeling, especially for beginners. This is what I started doing. So this is what I've been doing because I'm like, okay, obviously I need to get back into the flow of things. I've literally been training my subconscious mind because 90% of our thoughts, of our worries come from our subconscious mind. So I've been training my subconscious mind while I sleep. There have these sleep guided meditations that I listen to as I fall asleep and I keep it playing. So like I'm training my subconscious mind. And so like on days when like I feel like, okay, I need a meditation, but like I didn't do my meditation or like whatever excuse I'm coming up with in the book, I do that and then I wake up feeling more refreshed, more renewed, more little random things. So that's a great tool that I would recommend.
I've also found that, you all you need to do is meditate 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes a day. It depends on your schedule, whatever, because it depends. Everybody's different. We've all discovered, like us three, we like the YouTube guided because you could get specific on what you want. You could type in guided meditation, 15 minutes, anxiety, or negative thoughts, or, you could right. You could be totally specific. But today I've kind of been struggling as well the past couple of days because what I was saying earlier, I kind of skipped meditation for a couple of weeks. Last week, I just started getting back into having it be a daily routine. And today I was almost there and then I ended up turning off the guided meditation and I just decided to just listen to the city. So that way when I wasn't there, the guided person wasn't distracting me to focus on something else. You know what I mean? I like let myself just be in the present, didn't expect anything, and just literally just went with the flow. It's good to listen to what you prefer.
Yes. And that right there, what you did, Jade, is like a mindful meditation of literally, I've been finding that too, because sometimes the guided, recently for me, I don't know why, maybe it's because I always have chatter in my brain, but like I literally turn off everything. Like when I get those things and I turn off my meditation, like I said, my guided meditation, I just sit there and I breathe. And like you can, like Jade said, you can listen to your air conditioner, you can listen to the city, you can listen to water, or you can listen to your breath or count your breath, acknowledge your thoughts as they come and release them. Or another thing I like that, which goes into Sabrina's like positive, like loving yourself when it comes to meditation, is like literally taking a breath, like, and like as you're taking in that deep breath all the way from your lungs, like thinking like I am so beautiful, I am so powerful, releasing like any like negative thoughts, that right in and of itself is like a meditation.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, like how I mentioned, I like to do guided, and you two just mentioned that you sometimes like to wander off. The biggest thing is that it all comes from within yourself, and how, like, it's all about acknowledgement, right? So like with kind of like with manifestation, like you're acknowledging something. So for meditation, it'd be acknowledging how you're feeling, your emotions, and then letting it go.
Yes.
I mean, it's like a form of releasing tension or stress or whatever it is, even if it's for studying for a class, you know what I mean? Just taking that time and kind of like realizing your worth. I think that's all of like what meditation is about. It's just being in that state of mind. And so, yeah, everybody applies it differently, but it's, it's all the same thing.
Because meditation doesn't always have to be literal meditation, but it is very important to eventually get into it, because the idea is to literally give your brain a break, because your brain is on 24/7 even when you're sleeping. So just controlling your thoughts, that's what is a tool for getting the hang of your life, grabbing it by the balls. But another form of meditation for me as an artist is songwriting or choreographing or journaling, or whatever your craft is. If you're a construction worker, maybe you like to build stuff. I don't know, Bob the builder. I don't know. But
my dad.
shout out to Bob Marquez. Great guy. No, but like whatever your passion is with your hands, that is your form of meditation.
Yeah, for me, I do think it's a form of meditation because it is an act of self-love. Like you're definitely right, but I do think it's important. If you haven't tried it at least, or even if you do, like I feel like it is important to carve out time to just like sit and not be active, if that makes sense, and let your mind, like how Hayden was saying, or no, you were saying, like your brain is a muscle, like letting your brain work and your body rest. You know what I mean? Like, but what you said is definitely a form of meditation. I 100% agree.
No, yeah, but dead ass, you should at least try or continue to try to really sit down and meditate because it's very, very important. And I feel like it's something that's very not put a lot of attention to in school and just lives in general. Because if you do your research, our bodies were literally like designed to meditate. Even if you follow a religion, whatever your religion is, for example, Christianity, our meditation form is praying because you're basically silencing your mind and talking to a higher power, God. Same thing with meditation, but it's just a little bit more stronger because the universe communicates through emotion, not only words. So if you really focus on that emotion, which is transforming your vibration, you're silencing your mind and connecting with your higher power.
I love. And I also want to add too, because like they both said, it's important to set aside time or whatever. But I also really want to reiterate, like, sometimes it can get hard, like you're putting on something and like it can get hard. So like maybe in order to work up to that point, like to work up to like a 5-minute meditation or something like that, you can always start with that. Or I would honestly like nighttime sleep meditation, start training your subconscious mind, start getting into that. Like it will work. Even if you're like, I'm just sleeping, literally most of the time when I meditate, I fall asleep, but it's called baking. I think it's called baking, or it's called something, but like my body naturally just like goes and I wake up like, oh my God, I'm ready. And like some of the times, like especially even when we did like that group meditation with all three of us, I literally like I wake up as soon as they're like, now open your eyes. I open my eyes and I'm like, bro, I was just asleep. Mm-hmm. Feeling renewed though. So Just don't forget, don't count that out. Like just try it. Never hurt. Just dabble a little. We love to dabble. Just dabble.
Yeah. And also like I want to emphasize, like I am a morning meditation person. Like I love getting up early, like setting my intentions for the day, giving myself time in the morning for myself. But like if I feel rushed at all, I don't do it in the morning. I wait until night. And the reason for that is because, and I recommend for all of you that want to meditate in the morning, like if you're feeling rushed or if you're like, okay, I have 15 minutes, let's go, let's get this over with, like your intentions aren't going to be right. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like if you have that sense of like urgency and rush and stress about like being timely, it's going to like put pressure on you and like weigh on you while you're meditating and trying to do the complete opposite by like de-stressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The key is just to always have an open mind and just know that like meditation, prayer, like just staying mindful, just like sitting, breathing, like scanning your body, paying attention to your head, then go down to your heart, go down to your tummy, just literally just simple things to just like take a breath, take a breather from the everyday, get the gat, as I always say. Hello, everybody. Hello, all my fans out there. Anyways,
Ew.
Yeah, so just like this is just basically, we want to come here to let you guys know, like, this is something that we use to calm our anxiety when we have a test. A quick 5 minutes to just relax. When we get home from work, to quickly decompress so we don't let out any of our emotions that we have throughout the day. We release them so we don't affect anyone else's energy that we're living with or anything like that. And and just being there for each other and like this community and supporting each other. Every once in a while, we always send like, hey, you guys, try this meditation. Like Jade sent me this like soulful meditation that I actually did in the bath, life changing. And I'm like, I'll probably do that again tonight. Like, I don't know, just things like that. We just wanted to share what has helped us and what hopefully can help you guys as well.
Period. And like how we talked about, if you've listened to our first episode, like about perspective shifting, like I feel like meditation is like a great way to perspective shift. Like I know in my life, if like you had to ask me how meditation has changed my life, I would like 100% say perspective. You know what I mean? Just because once I started meditating, especially in the morning, like when you set your intentions for the day and you believe it's going to be a good day, I mean, that's how it's changed me, you know?
Definitely. I agree. Jade, how's it changed you?
Oh, wow. I mean, it's changed me in the most beautiful way. I am definitely not the same person that I was in high school. I feel like I'm in my essence of being an old soul and knowing I'm an old soul. And I don't know. I can't really explain to you. I know it's been the biggest blessing of my life. It's gotten me through everything that I've been through in the past even 2 years, 2.5 years. I've been through a lot. Not 2 years, I would say 3. And I think that me just focusing on myself and use that as a tool, meditation, to really change my life. I can't even, it really, that's all I can say. It changed my life for the better.
Yeah, like self-love and positivity, I feel like is what you're kind of like I've noticed in both of you, honestly, you know?
Yeah, I feel like for me, meditation has helped me. It's helped me with my anxiety for sure. But most of all, it's really helped me finding my inner being and finding who I truly am, because I feel like ever since, like I just recently am finding and still am finding every single day like who I am, what do I stand for. Like when you finally like get to silence everything around you, you get to listen to what your inner being, your higher power, like your what you want, like what do you want in life. Like that's what it helps me do. It helps me like listen and stay tuned with myself.
If I could add to my answer now that you've inspired me, I love that. I love that. It's definitely, for me, somebody who wasn't taking no for an answer and went and flew and moved straight out to LA at 18 and was fully committed to my passion. It's really let me keep on recognizing my intention of even dreaming that from when I was little in the first place, and just really understanding my sole purpose and being aware throughout my day to day of what I've been doing to myself thought wise and the patterns I've gained through, especially growing up in Roseville. I just really have, as a mixed girl growing up in Roseville. God, I can't talk. Roseville. Hi, Roseville. Um, it's really helped me recognize my self-worth, my self-love, my value, and re-owning that and making it my own.
There's nothing like meditation because I can't think of anything else that allows me to like completely focus on myself. You know what I mean? Like I love what you said, Jade. Like soul purpose. Like I feel like that's honestly probably the biggest takeaway from meditation, because you spend so much time allowing yourself and being okay with the fact that you're focusing just on yourself, and that's it. Your inner being, nothing else.
Like we have to, I'm not forcing it on you if you don't believe it, but then why else are you listening to this? But we have to at least wonder what is beyond this life. Like life is so temporary. Where the heck do we go? What's it feel like? What is life like? Do you ever just wake up and you're like, what the hell's going on? I know I do. But for my first meditation I don't know what I was getting into. It was with my friend Brandy and Simone, and we were sitting outside in the sun, and it was a guided meditation, but it was more on energy work and recognizing that energy flows through your hands, and chi is real, and like transforming the sun's rays into the energy of my hands and pushing it into my heart to heal my heart chakra, like all that stuff for when we'll get into that later on in the weeks. But when I hit that point of totally being zen, I guess that's what zen means, huh? That like there, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when I was at zen, I opened my eyes after like being ready to wake up, and I had the moment. I opened my eyes, and I was there with my spirit so much that I was able to see myself sitting behind my eyes. Like I was able to see like the eyes around my eyelids around my vision. I was inside a body. I felt like I was being weighed down by gravity. And it was just like the weirdest experience. If I could give you a SpongeBob visual, you know, when Plankton makes, I don't know if he makes like a big plankton, he makes some kind of robot to steal the Krusty Krab formula. And he's sitting behind his little operation room is behind the eyes. And that's like literally like how I was seeing myself. I didn't have an operation room, but I was able to see behind the eyes of real life. It was crazy.
Gosh, Jade, you're on a roll, baby. A straight roll. I love it. But yeah, I feel like that's so, like your description's so accurate. Like when you get, at least for me, when you get into a really deep, for myself, when I get into a very deep meditation, because it's not always super deep, you know. A lot of the times it's just mind clearing, relaxing. But those really deep ones, like you almost feel like you're like, I lay on the ground usually when I meditate. And you feel like you're like levitating, like you're almost like floating. It's pretty insane and very awesome. I feel like those are the most like that's my favorite kind of meditation when I wake up and I'm kind of like, whoa, like where was I? You know, it's pretty cool. I hope that everyone has enjoyed our little stories. And
Yes.
I mean, how in the beginning we were talking about struggling with meditation, like nobody's perfect. Like nobody's going to be on a straight roll and know exactly what they're doing. Like the more, like what's that quote? The more that you learn, the more you realize how little you actually know. You know what I mean? So, but don't be afraid to try to get into meditation. There's a ton on YouTube. We will provide in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah.
Yeah, and like, don't be afraid. We say this every single episode, but please do not be afraid to reach out to us on our social media, on our Instagram Enlightenment Tea, on our Facebook Enlightenment Tea. If you know us individually, please, like, if you're going through something, hey, like, Jade, hey Sabrina, hey Hayden, like what's a good meditation for this? Like, do you guys have a reference on that? Or like, and if we don't, be like, hey, like no, but like I'll help you find something. Like we're literally here for you guys. Like we're here for each other. We just want everyone to thrive and to live stress free as much as we can, because you have the control of your mind, you have the control of your life.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for all your support past couple of weeks. It's giving us even more inspiration to keep going, and it's actually really fun. So thank you guys for sticking around and give us more ideas on what you're interested to expand your mind a little bit about, so we could also do that as we're speaking about it.
Definitely.
Yes. We are so, so grateful. And we're kind of finding our groove. You know, every week is a new adventure for us. We're trying to figure out this whole podcast thing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. But until next week.
Yes. Have a great week. Happy Monday.
Toodles.
Peace out.